Today on a Moveable Feast, the Otways has secrets too,
Fantastic.
Nice.
including 6 courses of indulgence,
I'm going to suggest that lamb was cooked for a long time. What do you think?
You are getting better at this.
a unique sky-high experience that beats walking,
Is it true you can do a pub crawl by chopper?
and a clifftop restaurant that serves what some call heart attack on a plate.
Saganaki is arguably my favourite thing in the entire universe.
In the world.
I'm Ross Stevenson, radio guy and avid traveller. Together with my good friend and co-host of our weekly food and travel show, Kate Stevenson, no relation, we are on a quest to find the best food and travel experiences this state has to offer. This isn't a regular travel show. This is a Moveable Feast.
No time like the present, Kate. She lives.
Howdy, top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you from where?
Well, I'm at Birregurra.
Where on earth are you?
Well, I'm nearly on my way, but I'm standing not that far from a helipad, and I thought it'd be a bit better to get down there in style.
Hello.
Helicopter, eh? Well, it took me 2 hours by train, 2 very enjoyable hours. It's going to take you, what, 7 minutes, Katy Perry, is it?
I'm going to go for about 23.
But jump off the phone and you can time me.
Right, will you speak to me from the helicopter?
Yeah, I'll give you a call. I'll give you an update.
Supplementary question.
Yeah?
What type of champagne would Madam like on arrival?
Oh, look, I'll...
Don't answer, I'm not being serious.
Oh.
See you soon.
See you soon. Bye.
Just out on our left here, Kate, we have the Western Treatment Plant.
You're so polite, Kim. Is that the poo farm?
It is indeed.
I've got a fact for you, I think, if it's right.
What's that?
Apparently, they reckon grand final day, they could tell at the poo farm exactly what time the centre bounce is at the start of the game because all flows stop and at quarter time, on the whistle, it all gets going again.
I haven't heard that one.
I'll let
That's
you
gold.
use it.
They call me Radar. They call me Radar too.
Hey, Kim, is it true you can do a pub crawl by chopper?
Yeah, you certainly can, particularly out in the Yarra Valley. You can take yourself and some friends for a pub crawl. Great way to spend an afternoon.
That would be amazing. You get to choose your own menus.
You do indeed.
I'll see you in a few weeks.
And here it comes. Oh no, that's a tractor. That's a tractor.
How long have we been going?
We're only in the air about 28 minutes, Kate.
28 minutes, Melbourne to Birregurra. That is phenomenal. Why wouldn't you spoil yourself?
That's right. It's the only form of transportation.
This now is the problem. That was amazing, Kim. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thanks, Kim.
Hello, Kate.
Hello. What do you reckon?
Yeah, welcome to Birregurra. Chopper played havoc with my hair.
The Great Otway National Park stretches from Torquay through to Princetown and up through the Otway's hinterland. Our first stop is the #1 rated activity in the region, the Otway Fly Treetop Adventure.
So our first stop before lunch will be the Otway Fly.
Yeah.
Now, it provides us with the option of either a treetop walk
Yep.
or a zip line.
What are you going to do?
I've only got a vague understanding of what a zip line is, but if it involves attaching to something and flying through mid-air, I'm telling you I'm looking very much forward to the treetop walk.
I'm going to love the treetop walk.
Now, Kate, English is a tricky language. I don't suppose closed has an alternative meaning, does it?
Ross, no. I do know a couple of languages. I got nothing.
Righto.
What do you reckon?
Sounds like lunchtime to me.
Lunch.
And now here's some vision of the attraction we prepared earlier thanks to our trusty cameraman. Quiet, isn't it? The spiral tower soars 47 metres high and the engineers tell me it will withstand 280 km/h winds. Clearly, the trees have not been engineered the same way.
After the break, we'll make your mouth water at a restaurant that's a must stop if you're cruising through the Otways.
So far we've taken a joyride, hit a roadblock in the heart of the ranges, so now it's time to taste our way through the local produce. This is Bespoke Harvest, a glorious restaurant with comfortable luxury accommodation found in the quiet town of Forest in the Otways, run by two locals, Emma Ashton and Simon Stewart. Good Lord, it's actually open.
Okay, and who's first, Emma?
Ross, you're first up, so you're in our Forest suite.
Give me a look. Fantastic.
Nice. Newspaper room for the newspaper man.
Righto, I'll have a newspaper delivered first thing in the morning, yeah? It's on the wall.
My room was big as his. That was massive.
Yeah. We renovated last year, so we increased the size of the rooms and add a few more comforts. This is you in here.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
Oh,
you can
Emma, it's
relax
stunning.
with a glass of wine after lunch.
This is particularly for me after lunch, ready to go.
Have a nice snooze
I love
after
it.
a big lunch.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The guest house has 4 suites in total along a north-facing veranda looking out over half an acre of comforting gardens. Each guest room is unique, reflecting the attractions of the area, making for a truly local experience. Not every hotel room allows you to read the wallpaper. To look after us is head chef Simon Stewart, who uses only the freshest of local ingredients, which is a very modern trend. What he doesn't grow at his own garden, he sources from the local farms. Lunch at Bespoke typically involves many dishes of Simon's finely crafted cuisine. There is the option of matching local wines, and it'd be rude not to, especially since it's about 10 feet to your room.
Emma, what do we have here?
Well, we have our first dish. The halloumi is a goat's milk halloumi that we get from Mauriac Farmstead. We serve it with some pickled plums. They grow all around the town of Forest. A little bit of mountain pepper that's a native to the Otways, and some hazelnuts that grow in our garden.
Oh, Emma, couldn't you make it any prettier than that? You go.
Righto. Well, it was illegal to eat cheese for 20 years, for about 20 years, and now it was. Used to get a charge. If you offered someone cheese, you'd get a charge with attempted murder. But now, people just say, whatevs.
Back in the kitchen, and Simon flexes his muscles to serve us mussels with some fennel and pearled barley.
Something about mussels. I can't eat oysters,
Yeah.
but I love mussels.
Yeah, that's really strange, isn't it? Because they're not that far apart.
Then it's on to beef balls, yoghurt soup and silver beet.
What's that?
This is, well, it's an aperitif. We do like to start off with a little sparkling drink at the start of the meal. So it's red ochre.
Which is?
It's a liqueur
thing.
made from lily pillies, so they're a native berry, and some sparkling wine from Gosling Creek Winery.
Righto, so you only find red ochre in Australia?
No, yes, in Australia. It's a native berry.
Wow, that's rather
It's so refreshing. Beautiful.
refreshing. I think if I had a few of those, I might be over-refreshed. And you know how you at restaurants, you sit around and you politely hear people say things and you nod your head. What is a fermented vegetable?
I thought it was similar to pickling,
Right, okay.
but I guess it depends on the liquid they put it in.
I can eliminate that as being the explanation.
I'll still look over for a nod.
Next we have calamari, beetroot, sunrose and tarator.
Would that be foraged?
Well, yeah, it's out of their garden, yeah.
Right.
Possibly not deliberately planted.
Foraging's all the rage, isn't it?
Yep.
I've got no doubt somewhere that there's a restaurant in the world where they go out and they find cigarette butts that people have thrown out of the window of a car and trying to make food out of that.
And in case you're still hungry, it's time for the main course, which includes roast potatoes, lamb leg, pickled beetroot, freekeh and chickpea. Yes, it's a lot of food, but of course it's all in the name of research.
I'm going to suggest that lamb was cooked for a long time. What do you think?
You are getting better at this.
Oh, yeah.
Only 6 courses later, and we're done.
Tomorrow, I reckon I'm going to take you a little close to the coast.
Yeah.
And I might even show you one of my favourite restaurants by the water, and you might be surprised at what it is.
Okay. You think I don't know what it is, do you?
Do you know what it is?
I've seen the running order.
After the break,
Ross, what happened?
AM, okay?
You need medical assistance.
Day 2 in the Otway Ranges brings us newfound optimism as we weave our way down the surf coast. So far, we've gorged on the local delicacies and found accommodation to match, but now it's onto one of the great roads of the world. How can it not be great? It's got the word great in it. Here it is, the Great Ocean Road, undoubtedly one of Victoria's greatest attractions. Construction on this 243-kilometre stretch began in 1919, was completed in 1932, with the majority of work done by 3,000 returned servicemen, and for that and their service, we thank them. Next stop on our wander down the surf coast is the Split Point Lighthouse at Aireys Inlet, a magnificent maritime monument and still in absolute showroom condition. Heading towards the lighthouse on the right is a piece of prime real estate. Now, let me tell you something. This is amazing that this is happening. This property here is one of the old lighthouse keepers' cottages. I think there are about 3. I stayed there. You were able to rent it, and now it's for sale. God knows when that was last offered for sale. Did you know that there's a song called I Want to Marry a Lighthouse Keeper?
No.
Yeah, the song, it was in the Clockwork Orange. Yeah. Don't expect me to remember the lyrics, but because I've looked them up. I want to marry a lighthouse keeper and keep him company. I want to marry a lighthouse keeper and live by the side of the sea. I'd polish his lamps by the light of the day so the ships at night can find their way. So, if you want to marry a lighthouse keeper, here's your opportunity.
I want to marry a lighthouse keeper, won't that be okay?
So with Kate quickly losing interest in my stories of love and marriage, we have to move swiftly, so it was onward and hopefully upward. G'day! How are you? This is Kate.
Hey, Kate. Great to meet you.
This is called the Split Point Lighthouse?
It's called the Split Point Lighthouse, the White Queen, Eagle Nest Lighthouse. It's called a whole lot of different names. I like the White Queen because I think it looks like a chess piece.
Right, and does it flash its light still, and does it need to, or is it just for appearance?
No, this is an operational lighthouse. Has been since 1891.
Right, so who looks at it and uses it? Please don't say ships.
They still use it for navigation. It has got some red filters up the top which show danger zones. It was built in response. There were so many shipwrecks along this coast because it was quite a popular shipping route. Because you think about Melbourne, the gold rush times and all of that. Yeah. We get a lot of ships come from England that come around South Africa and they'd swing around the bottom of the globe and they'd pass through Bass Strait. And they'd call that threading the eye of the needle.
All right, because it's one of the most dangerous bodies of water in the world.
Exactly.
I've got a mate who's got a house on Eagle Rock Parade.
Yes.
I've sat in his deck many nights with a can of beer and I've counted the beats between the lights.
Oh, yeah?
And I reckon it's 3 seconds and 17 seconds. But I did have a watch. I was just counting it.
Okay.
Seriously did that?
Yeah.
How many beers did you have?
Between 3 and 7, I think.
It flashes 4 times in 10 seconds, then has a 10-second break.
How much beer did I have? You going to take us to the top?
Yeah, come and have a
How many
look.
steps?
136.
136.
All right.
Not from here.
Yes, including this one.
2.
No way.
Entry to the lighthouse is only by guided tours, which run on the hour every day between 11 and 2. It's the perfect adventure for sightseers, keen photographers, budding historians, lighthouse lovers, and of course round the twist fans.
Just while Ross is still on his way, nautical history, fascinating. Yes. But there's a bit more to the history of this place that's more recent. TV shows.
Oh, yes. Round the Twist.
It was really filmed here.
It was filmed here, for sure.
It was massive in my day.
Oh, it's huge. And you know what? It's kind of like Neighbours in a sense. Like, it's huge in the UK. We get a lot of people from the UK come here and say, wow, this is Round the Twist. And they come up here and they say, where's the bedrooms? I said, well, you know, it's a fictional story and they only just shot it here.
Oh, sorry, Tony, just a sec. What's Ross? He says, tell Tony AN.
AN? Oh, that's a maritime code for I need a doctor.
You serious?
Yeah. Where's Ross?
Ross, what happened?
AM. Okay.
You need medical assistance.
Seems we can put a man on the moon, but not a radio guy on a lighthouse.
Before leaving, one more question for Kate. Tell me whose property that is. You're probably going to have to walk over here a little bit because there is a clue. Go and look at the flagpole. Righto, you got that?
Yeah. It's blue and white.
Blue and white. What's the nearest league team to here?
Nearest, Geelong.
Yes. So whose property is it?
Frank Costa.
Hey!
Is it really?
Tick 1 for Kate. Time to go.
Ross, I got it right.
So it's back into the Suzuki and back onto the road. The great road.
I know nothing of this place that we're going to now to have some lunch, but you've been there before.
I have been before. I reckon for this stretch of the coast, it's the best eatery with a view. It's wonderful that people like to do sea changes, but it's even better when the city restaurateurs decide to do a sea change too and follow you down there so you've got some good eating options.
After the break, we stop off at the hottest new restaurant in Anglesey, where the biggest perk ain't gonna cost you a thing.
So far, we've cruised the coast and taken in the most spectacular views, but it's not called a Moveable feast for nothing. Lead me to the feast. Captain Moonlight is housed within the Anglesey Surf Lifesaving Club, tucked into the cliff edge overlooking the Anglesey Surf Beach and further afield toward Port Phillip Heads. The restaurant gets its name from an Irish-born bushranger of the late 1800s. It seems Ned Kelly was already taken. With Chef Gamantius wielding the skittle in the kitchen, our only goal is to get out of here on a full stomach. The starters arrive just in the nick of time.
Bring it on, Gemma. Bring it on.
Start us off, guys. This is our prawn and seaweed cracker. The idea is to just jump right in.
Beautiful. Did we get one for Ross?
Yeah, when it's green, you can eat it and feel like you might be doing something healthy.
Don't fool
When
yourself.
you go to the Chinese restaurant, should be sponsored by the Cardiologists Association.
Have you seen them cooked?
No. No,
It's pretty amazing. No, it's fun. It's fun. You can do it at home.
What do they say? Never see sausages or legislation being made. It probably goes for prawn crackers as well.
With said prawn cracker well and truly devoured, Chef was on to the next course.
Next up, guys, we've got our tzatziki.
No, put it back down. We're going to guess that one's tzatziki.
Yeah,
Don't tell us what that one is yet.
What do you think?
You confident, Kate?
Oh, from the colour alone, yes.
3, 2, 1.
Tara Masalada.
You're right.
Should have got that. I smelt it. Can you arrange for me to win next time?
Having snatched defeat from the jaws of victory in the Guess the Dip game, these sounds coming out of the kitchen I find strangely comforting.
Is that saganaki?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like saganaki.
And is
Is that deep fried or pan fried?
Pan fried.
All right. Fried cheese.
Exactly.
That couldn't be bad for you.
No, not at all. Dive in.
Saganaki is arguably my favourite thing in the entire universe.
In the world.
The Greeks are getting a good run here, and their run continues with the main event. Slow-cooked lamb in a charcoal oven, locally sourced vine-ripened tomatoes, and naturally, a slab of Greek feta.
And the main event.
The main event.
The main event. So we've got Matt's Greek salad. We've got our slow-cooked lamb, some flat beans, chilli, a little bit of caramelised yoghurt on the side.
Caramelised yoghurt.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
Something Matt's been doing,
Little Captain Moonlight special?
Yeah, bit of a quirk.
All right, you beauty. Leave it with us. We're just the people for the job.
Excellent. Enjoy.
Compliments are like superlatives. The simplest are often the best. That food was grouse. Nice work, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Ross.
That's not mate, that's Matt. Come and sit down and have a chat.
Awesome.
That food is absolutely glorious.
Great.
Caramelised yoghurt.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Well, we just overcook it, really, for quite a long time, for about 12 hours. Great.
What do you start with? Greek natural yogurt?
Yeah, we do, yeah. And it splits, so you get a bit of whey and the curds with it, but we re-blend it back up.
Yeah.
But listen, I love meat with yoghurt, you know, and I think, you know, that cool texture with that warm meat as well really works well, especially in this environment. I think it's really complements it.
Is it all of a Greek flavour?
Oh, listen, no, I think it's more sort of European, Mediterranean. You know, I lived over there for a number of years and I really have that sense of, like, I love the ocean spray and I love what food works with the ocean as well.
Food works for them. They smoke 120 cigarettes a day and live to be 150.
There's a lot of coffee involved in that as well.
Yeah. It's delicious, mate. Thank you very much.
No worries. My pleasure, guys.
Had a fair amount to eat in there.
Fair amount to eat.
I feel like Norm on Cheers when they said, "Hey, Norm, what are you up to?" He said, "My perfect weight if I was 11 feet tall." Where are we going to go next week?
Oh, look, I reckon we could probably find some places just as fun and just as tasty and maybe not head quite so far.
All right, so you've read the email. See you next week. Join us next time as we jump into a little rowboat and head east. Waterfall. To some of our personal favourite eating spots.
But no, you dig in. You just start eating.
Very interesting.
Some unique experiences.
This was me barbecuing on the weekend.
And a peek into the future.
Yeah, he says he knows when he's going to die because his birth certificate has a use-by date.